guys, it's Vicky, and today I'm here to share my October reading plans with you guys. In my opinion, October, Halloween time is the greatest time of the year, so I just feel like this is my time. I have some spooky reads planned for October, though I read spooky reads all the time. I really like to really hone in on the spooky stuff in October. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I have a little stack of books here planned. Some of them are carryovers from September that I didn't get to or that I have started and didn't quite finish. And then, yeah, I'm hoping with a few of these books to also fulfill some prompts for the Fall Into Reading Challenge that I'm still taking part in. I am working on filling that bingo board, so hopefully this month I will also get some of those filled out. But so first up, I have two books from September that I just did not get to. And I am fully blaming Catch-22 on that, for that, I should say. I read Catch-22, a classic, in September. It took me a lot longer than I anticipated. So there were two books in September I didn't get to. One of which was Stephen King's new release, Billy Summers. So I'm hoping to read this one. I think I'm going to listen to this one on audio because it is available on Scribd. So yes. And this one is about a hitman named Billy Summers who is wanting to quit the game. And so he decides to do one last job before he gets out of the business or whatever. And apparently that last job is a real doozy. And that's kind of what it's about, I guess. So yeah, I've kind of heard mixed things about this, but I'm still interested in checking it out. So I will be, reading this one in October. And also, I also did not get to The Returned by Jason Mott. And this was one I was really looking forward to because it has a really interesting premise, in my opinion. It's about this phenomenon that happens where people that have passed away return. They come back, and they're not like zombies or anything like that. They are themselves, except they are the same age that they were when they passed away. So, for example, there in the blurb here, there's a couple that lost their son on his like 7th or 8th birthday, and like 40 years later, he comes back knocking at the door, but he's still like 7 or 8 years old. So it's just kind of an interesting premise. I've also, someone told me too, somebody commented on my TBR video when I talked about this, that they made a TV show out of, like, based on this book called Resurrection, I think. So I'm going to try to get my hands on it. I don't know how easy it'll be to find. But yeah, maybe once I read the book, I'll try to watch the show too and maybe do a little flicks and lit for you guys. Next up, I have a book that I put this book on hold at the library right when it came out. It came out in July, late July, I think, and I finally got it. It's my turn. So that also sort of derailed some of my reading plans for September because I was like, no, I have to read this book. This was kind of an anticipated read, and that is The Book of Accidents by Chuck Wendig. This is I believe it's classified as literary horror, and it's about this family, husband, wife, and their 15-year-old son, Oliver, that move back to the husband, Nate's hometown, after his father dies. He gets the house he grew up in, like, and inherits it or whatever, and they move in. And I guess in the past, he had some bad experiences happen within that town. It was kind of one of those situations where he left town as soon as he could and never had plans to come back, yet here he is. And the town has a lot of secrets and maybe some like creepy supernatural stuff going on. And they start to notice some weird things happening with their son once they move in and get settled. So I actually started this book already. I'm only 50 pages in, and it's a 530-page book. But so far I'm really enjoying the writing style. It's super digestible. I'm really interested in the characters. There's already been like a lot of little sort of little snippets introduced to you right in the first 50 pages where you're like, well, what do all these have to do with each other? And I'm sure as I read, I'm going to find out. So yes, this was, like I said, an anticipated read. I've been waiting for it for a couple months, so I'm really excited to finish it up in October. Next up, I have a reread that I'm super excited about because it is actually the October pick for the Random Reads Book Club over on Goodreads that Bobby and I run. And we decided for October, we're gonna go back to our roots because both of us have read this book already and love it, and kind of it's kind of one of those books that we list as a book that got us into the horror genre at a younger age and stuff. And that book is Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. This is the first book in the Vampire Chronicles, which I believe now is up to like 12 to 14 books. I'm not sure exactly. I own the first 10, I think, in mass market paperback, and I've read them all. But I have not read Interview with the Vampire. I was probably in middle school, I think, when I first read this, and it just opened my eyes to Anne Rice as a writer, who I really enjoy. She just has this, she's like literary, but horror, and she's kind of like a female Edgar Allan Poe. I don't know. Her writing is just great, and I love her characters, and I'm excited to kind of go back and meet them again for the first time, because, you know, these characters, like I said, carry on for books and books and books. And so it's kind of going to be cool to see them in this book. And this book is basically, Interview with the Vampire is about a journalist who is interviewing this man, well, he's not a man, he's a vampire, named Louis, or Louis. He's telling him his story, how he became a vampire, and it's just great. Yeah, I'm just really excited to dive back into this. It might make me want to reread all the Vampire Chronicles. That could end up happening, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited to revisit this, and if you want to join us over in the Goodreads group, it is linked down below, and I hope you will, because it's going to be a good time. Bobby and I are super excited for this one. Okay, my next October read is another one I'm so excited for, because it is a book by an author whom I adore, and it's a 5-star prediction. And it's going to fulfill the Buzzword Reading Challenge for October for me. The Buzzword Reading Challenge for October is elements. So earth, wind, what is it? Give me a second. Earth, wind, fire, water. Yeah, has to be in the title. One of those. So I'm going to be reading Blackwater by Michael McDowell. This is a biggin. It's a biggin, but I am so excited to dive in because I have read 3 Michael McDowell books and have loved them all. I just love his writing so much. His characters, the setting, his books are just so atmospheric. This one is a bind up. This whole thing was originally released in like was it an 8-volume or 6-volume series? And now it's all bound up in one book. It takes place in Alabama, and it's basically about this little town that is haunted, terrorized, I'm not sure, by this woman who may also be like some sort of monster. I don't know. I don't really know a lot about it, and I don't really need to know a lot about it. I just know it's Michael McDowell, and it's Southern Gothic, and it's gonna have awesome horror elements, and I just can't wait to read it. So yeah, this is gonna fulfill that prompt for the Buzzword Reading Challenge, and I'm hoping I'll also be able to somehow fill it in on the Fall into Reading Challenge bingo board. I might try to find the audiobook for this because it is such a biggin that I might enjoy it on audio, I don't know. So yeah, super excited, can't wait to read it. And then my last little read I plan to do in October is another one that I feel like I read these every October. I don't know why, it just ends up happening that way, but I plan to read volume 4 of American Vampire. And this is a graphic novel series by Scott Snyder, Raphael Albuquerque, and this one also has Jordy Burnett as a writer. And this is a series about kind of a new breed form of vampire that emerges in America starting and during like the Wild West time, I believe, was when the first volume took place. And it kind of goes through different eras of American history, and this one is the 50s, so that's why like the cover has like a greaser on the cover. So, and I think this is like 2 stories kind of bound up in one. Yeah, so it should be fun. It's a vampire story, perfect time of year to be reading such things. So, and this is going to fulfill, I believe I'm going to use this as the graphic novel prompt for the Fall into Reading Challenge. So yeah, I'm excited to continue with this series and see how it is. Alright guys, so those are my reading plans for October. It's going to be a fun month. I just love Halloween so much. My kids have already decided what they're going to be for Halloween. Hunter wants to be Mario, like from Super Mario Brothers, and Leia wants to be a devil. So their costumes are on order and hopefully will be here soon. So yeah, we're excited about that. I'm gonna start putting Halloween decorations up soon and start doing all the fall things, going to the corn mazes and obviously trick-or-treating and watching scary movies and just all the kind of, for me, kind of nostalgic things that to me just bring back like really good memories and just like good times. So let me know down below what you're planning to read in October, and let me know what your, you know, Halloween plans are. If you have any, if you still dress up for Halloween, let me know what you're being, because I'm always interested in that. Or if you have kids or pets that you dress up, let me know what they're being, because I'm excited about it. So, all right guys, I hope you guys have a fabulous spooky October, and I will talk with you soon. Thank you so much for watching.